We good. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, give me 1 second. All right, we good. We green. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, fellas? What's the deal? Saturday afternoon with it. Might still be Saturday morning where you at. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on Eastern time, so it is. It's about 1:30 where I'm at. So, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes. Give people to fill in. I got my green tea on me right now. You know what I'm saying? And morning tea. You feel me? What up, though? What up, though? Today gonna be a good one, bro. Today is gonna be a good one. Y'all know I'm not used to making like lists. I'm not used to making lists and all that, but I said I'm gonna just try something different. I woke up feeling real good this morning. I'm gonna just try something a little different. Have some lists going. And we was talking about yesterday, things to avoid, things to look for. So I figured I'll just throw y'all a little bit of both. You feel me? Figured I'll throw y'all a little bit of both so that y'all can look for some negative things and look for some bad things. You feel me? Don't forget to hit that like button if you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you in the live, make sure you hitting that like button. You feel me? I'm gonna give it 3 more minutes. Give it 3 more minutes. Let people fill in, and then we Gucci. We gonna get started. You feel me? It's Saturday, man. I even wrote stuff down. I wrote the list down. Like I said, I ain't used to making lists. I actually wrote it down in my notes. You feel me? So we stepping up the production level today. You feel me? Let me fix my my frame rate and all that, and then we'll be Gucci for sure. We looking good. What's up, Z? What's up, Charlie? What's good? What's good? Y'all know what I do. I'm gonna give it about another minute and 30 seconds. Let people come in. Let people fill in. Let people, get the notifications and all that, and then we gonna get started with the topic. It's that green tea. You feel me? 2 tea bags for extra flavor. I ran out of honey, so I don't got no honey in my tea. So it really just tastes like grass. But I like tea. You feel me? But I need honey in my tea, bro. I love honey. I put honey in and on damn near everything. But I ran out, so we doing what we do. Blessings from London. Shout out to London, bro. I gotta make it overseas one day. I gotta make it over there to London, man. See what's popping. I'm saying, do some shopping, do some perusing, do some eating. Give me some Nando's. I'm saying, give me some chicken from Nando's. You feel me? I gotta hit England one day. Clear my desk up a little bit. Make sure we Gucci. Give it another 30 seconds. We got 9 people in here. Make sure y'all hitting that like button when y'all coming in, man. Some of y'all be stingy with that like button. I don't know what's getting into y'all. Some of y'all be stingy with that like button. Some of y'all be acting like y'all don't want to like. Yeah, I gotta give me some Nando's. Gotta give me some Nando's. And I don't even eat chicken like that for real, but I'll see what's popping. All right, we hit that 5-minute mark. The name is Chris Fluhnoy, and we gonna get started with today's live stream. Y'all see the title. We got 3 red flags and 3 green flags. I'm saying 3 green flags to look for when you interacting with a woman. Now, these particular tips was good, fully focused. These particular tips are more so not when you first walk up to her and introduce yourself, but when y'all are on that first date or on that second date. You know what I'm saying? Really, whenever you out with a chick, when y'all are out and enjoying each other's time. You feel me? These are what these 3 red flags and 3 green flags are. So I'm gonna start with the red flags because I like to start with the bad news and then end with the good news. You feel me? So I'm gonna start with the three red flags to watch for, to pay attention for when you out with a woman, whether y'all at a dinner table, whether y'all are out, walking around, doing whatever y'all doing, trying to learn each other. You know what I'm saying? You trying to learn more who she is, but you got three red flags in the way that's preventing you from trying to learn what you're trying to learn. You feel me? So, like I said, I wrote it down because y'all know I'm not used to making lists, but I wrote it down for y'all. So, my first red flag for y'all to pay attention for is when she's not comfortable. You feel me? When she's not comfortable. What's good, Rock? When she is not comfortable. Now, what do I mean by not being comfortable? Being uncomfortable can display itself in many different forms and fashions, right? In particular, the ones that I wrote down. For the first sign that she isn't very comfortable in your presence is that she's not talkative. You feel me? She's not talkative. Women love to talk. Women love to communicate. Women love to let people know how they're feeling and what they're thinking, right? But women do not communicate like that in an open fashion to do so they're not comfortable with. When a woman is not comfortable with a man, she is going to be very hesitant to, to want to communicate with you in that kind of way. You feel me? So you might be asking her questions. You might be bringing up topics to talk about. And she's very hesitant to talk at length. She can give you a one sentence answer, two sentence answer. She's real short with her answers. You feel what I'm saying? She's not giving you great detail. You feel me? When a woman is comfortable with you, she's going to talk. She going to talk and she going to talk because women like to talk, especially to men who they're comfortable with sharing information with. So you might ask them one question. They could talk for 20 minutes. And I'm not over exaggerating. I mean, you ask a woman one question, she can talk for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? She might say 5 sentences here, stop, and then you just sit there in silence, and then she just start talking again. 4 more sentences here, you sit there, oh, okay. She just keep talking, keep talking. But when she's not comfortable with you, which is red flag number 1 for anyone who just entered, when she's not comfortable, that's the first red flag. When she's not comfortable with you, she's not going to want to give you a whole bunch of information. She's not going to feel comfortable telling you a bunch of things. You feel me? She's not going to feel comfortable just letting you know how she feeling and what she thinking. Yeah, she'll answer your questions, but they're not going to be in detail. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how women are. We first learn how women are from our own mamas. Our own mamas can talk our ear off. You ask your mama one little thing. You know what I'm saying? You ask your mama one little thing. Hey, did you use the rest of the milk yesterday? And then it's a whole story to go along with it. You know what I'm saying? That's when we first learned that women love to talk. So if she's not talkative with you, that's a red flag. That's a flag that tells you she's not even comfortable with you. And if a woman is not comfortable with you, don't think you about to get anywhere. You feel me? Don't think you about to really get anywhere. She was comfortable enough to go out and, be out with you in public. But when it comes to sharing things, when it comes to letting you know things, when it comes to letting you inside of her brain, she's not just going to do that to you. She's not just going to let you into that space. You feel me? So pay attention. That's the first red flag, is when she's uncomfortable. And that's the first example, is that she's not talkative. Second example of her being uncomfortable is when she's antsy. You know what I'm saying? When she's antsy. For those who don't know what antsy means, it means she's very fidgety. She's moving a lot. She's making a lot of gestures. You feel me? She's constantly moving around. And this is more so, say y'all are at a dinner table or y'all are sitting somewhere relaxed. Say y'all are sitting on a park bench, y'all are sitting on a river walk, or, like I said, sitting at a dinner table, a cafe table. She's fidgeting a lot. She's very antsy, because what is a lot of fidgeting represent? Why would the brain tell the body to do a lot of fidgeting? Is because she's anxious. She's anxious. She has a little bit of nervousness. You feel me? She's moving a lot. That's another sign of discomfort, uncomfortability. She's moving a lot. So she can't just sit still, or, she's not making slow relaxed movements. She's constantly doing this, just shuffling around, picking up her phone, putting her phone down, doing all of this, adjusting stuff. Because she has a lot of built up energy inside of her, because she's feeling a bit of anxiety. She's feeling discomfort. So her brain is telling her body that she needs to be prepared to defend herself. And so in efforts to do that, the body is going to keep moving to keep it from getting cold. She's trying to stay warm. Because in her subliminal, in her animalistic mind, she's being told that she may need to defend herself because she's not comfortable right now. So she's going to keep making adjustments. What's up, Sly K1? She's going to keep making adjustments to keep her body warm so that she can be prepared to defend herself. She's going to keep doing all of this, facing different directions, all of this movement. Like you might have got in trouble in school or whatever for being a kid, and you might have been moving a lot. I remember distinctly, I was 8 years old. This was Obama's first inauguration. And I was bored as hell. So I kept moving. I kept fidgeting. I was real antsy. And my teacher told me to stop fidgeting. But I didn't even know I was fidgeting. That's the key thing. She's not even going to know that she's fidgeting, that she's being antsy. It's not deliberate. It's very subconscious. She wouldn't even realize it if you brought it up. My teacher, she said, stop fidgeting so much. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about because I didn't know I was being antsy. I didn't know I was fidgeting. But I kept doing it because I didn't know. Then I got in trouble for it. It's going to be the same with that woman. She'll start fidgeting. She'll start moving a lot and won't even realize it. She's not doing it on purpose. You feel me? That's what people do either when they feel nervous or anxious, tie them in together, or she's bored. That could be the other thing. She's bored being in your presence, but we talking about discomfort. So that's another example of her being uncomfortable. You feel me? Is when she's fidgeting a lot. The third example of her being uncomfortable is when her body language is just closed off. You feel me? So we've talked about closed off body language before. Folded arms. She might have one arm here and the other end here, flip to the other side. Or say y'all are at a dinner table or a cafe table, at a Starbucks or something. She's gonna have, this is a very subtle body language tip, right? I read this in a few books. She will have certain things blocking you from her center of mass because she's subliminally trying to protect herself. So say y'all are at Starbucks and y'all each got a coffee or a tea or whatever the case may be. You got a tea with you. Let's say she has a coffee or a tea. She's going to have it positioned in front of her center of mass. You feel me? She's going to have it positioned in front of her center of mass. So say y'all are at the table. She's going to have the coffee or the tea sitting right here, right in front of her. Because in her mind, that's a subliminal way of blocking you. Even though it's not going to do nothing, it's a way of blocking you. You feel me? Our brains are machines. Our brains are these highly functioning, very calculated, very defensive things in our head. And so it'll have us doing things that we don't even realize we're doing to represent very little things. She might have a coffee sitting right in front of her center of mass, you know what I'm saying? Or a glass of water, whatever the case may be, or her hands. She might have her hands on the table in front of her center of mass, arms folded. You know what I'm saying? Or another body language thing is she might be facing a whole different direction. Sly K1, if you got a question, just throw it in the chat, bro. If it's a good question, I'll answer it. She might be facing a whole different direction. You know what I'm saying? Let's say y'all are sitting across from each other. She's angled in a diagonal, but she's looking at you just like I'm doing right now. She might be angled at you, or she's angled in the different directions, but she's looking at you. Could be the other way. You know what I'm saying? Her feet might be angled in a whole different direction. You feel me? These are little things that you pay attention to when you look at, just to know that she might be uncomfortable. She might not be fully here with me right now. She thinking about something else. She want to be somewhere else. You feel me? So those were 3 examples of discomfort, not all the examples, but 3 examples, not talkative, being antsy, and her body language is closed off. Now, on to the second red flag to pay attention to when you're interacting with a woman. The second red flag, the first red flag was that she's uncomfortable. She's not at ease when she's with you, whatever y'all are doing. The second red flag is that she's easily distracted by her phone and she isn't trying to acknowledge deliberate politeness when she's using it. You know what I'm saying? So where's my phone? Here's my phone, right? First of all, when you out with a chick, right? When you out with a chick, if she is really interested in you, whatever it is about you, she is really interested in, and she is fully there in y'all's experience. She's not thinking about something else. She not wishing she was somewhere else. She is fully with you in this interaction. She not even gonna be using her phone, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's an emergency or unless she receives a phone call that she sees on her phone that's ringing, she's not even gonna use her phone. She's not even gonna think about it. It's when humans are enjoying their time, they're not trying to find distractions. They're not trying to find ways that they can avoid a certain situation. Right. So if a chick, I'm about to sneeze, so give me a second. But if a chick is with you and she is really interested in you, bless me. If she is really interested in you, she's not even gonna be using her phone like that. You know what I'm saying? But if she is, she's going to acknowledge it and be polite about it. It's a red flag because if she's not polite about her usage of her phone, then that's the problem. So what do I mean by acknowledging that she's about to use it and being polite about it? Let's say she receives a phone call that she has to answer. She might be sitting across from you. She's going to be very polite about it. She's going to say, excuse me, I have to answer this call. Can you give me a minute? Are you okay if I answer this call? She's going to deliberately, she's going to ask you and see if you're okay with her using her phone. You know what I'm saying? She wants to see if it's okay, if you're okay with her using her phone. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say she receives a text that she feels like she needs to answer in that moment. Say it's something that can't wait. She's going to let you know. You know what I'm saying? If she's interested in you and she cares about your attention. If she cares about how you're thinking about her in that moment. If she does have to use her phone, she's going to acknowledge it and be polite about it. She's going to say, sorry, I have to answer this text real quick, and she might, have her phone under the table because she doesn't want to be rude, but she's not going to have her phone sitting on top of the table responding to a text. She's going to say, hey, I think I have to answer this text. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to respond to this text real quick or whatever she says. She might have her phone under the table or tilted to the side. Respond to the text real quick, put the phone back in her purse or, sit next to her in the booth, whatever it is. She's going to respond to the text or answer the phone call, excuse herself, come back and then put the phone away back where it was beforehand. You feel me? The red flag is when she is constantly using her phone. And when she's using it, she's not acknowledging it. It's not polite. She's not trying to excuse herself. She's not acknowledging that these may be emergencies. You know what I'm saying? So what are examples? If y'all are at Starbucks or at a dinner table, wherever the case may be, wherever y'all are, whatever y'all are doing, if she constantly just has her phone out, say y'all hit a point of quote unquote awkward silence, which really isn't awkward, but we'll call it awkward silence for right now. Let's say y'all hit a point of awkward silence. She might pick up her phone, start texting or scrolling through Instagram or scrolling through Snapchat, scrolling through Twitter, whatever the case may be. You feel me? Or let's say she isn't using her phone like that. Let's say she has some home training and she knows that it's very rude to just be using your phone when you're out with somebody, especially with a man. Let's say she does have to use it. She's not going to acknowledge it and excuse herself. She's just going to do what she got to do. So let's say she does receive a text that she has to answer, or she does receive a phone call that she has to get. Let's say she gets a phone call. She's not going to be apologetic and excuseful about it. She's not going to say, oh, I think I have to answer this call. Are you okay? Can you just give me a second? No, she's going to say, I have to answer this call. Give me 1 second. Just get up and go answer it. Right. Or if it's a text that she feels like she has to answer in that moment, she's not going to say, excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna just answer this text right quick. It can't wait. I'm gonna just answer this and then put it away. Nah. What's up, Asia? Nah, if she not really interested in you and she gets a text she has to answer, she just gonna text it. She's not gonna excuse herself. She's not gonna acknowledge that it could be rude. And she's not gonna try to hide it. She's gonna be very deliberate about it. She get a text she feel like she need to respond to, she's just gonna put her phone right on the table and respond to the text and then put it back. Another thing is if she's keeping her phone out, say y'all are at a cafe or a dinner table or at a lunch spot getting breakfast, whatever. Like I said, whatever she's doing. Let's say she just has the phone sitting on the table out. What's up, Michael? Let's say she just has the phone sitting out on the table, not in a corner, not in her purse. You know what I'm saying? Not on the seat in the booth, not in a pocket if she has on, pants with pockets. No, she's just going to have it sitting on the table because, first of all, she's not afraid of looking rude to you. So that's already a flag right there. And then she's prepared to use it whenever it goes off or whenever she feels like she's going to want to use it. You feel me? So that's the other thing. That's the second red flag. When she is not excusing herself for using her phone. You know what I'm saying? When she is very easily distracted by her phone, and when she does feel like she has to use it, she's not going to excuse herself. She's not going to apologize. She's not going to qualify with you to see if you're okay with her using the phone. She's just going to use it out in the public because she's not afraid of looking rude. She don't really care about what you think about her manners, her home training, her level of respect that she might or may not have for you. She just don't care. You feel me? So slide K1 to your question. I don't think it's seduction because she be wet. Why is this G? Why is this? The exact same thing happened with all three. I want to get with my first black chick. That's not a question. If you could reword that question, maybe throw some punctuation in there, a question mark or two or a comma, then I could read the question and better understand what you're trying to ask. So yeah, just reword that question for me. Because I can't really tell what you're asking. Reword the question for me, bro. Reword the question with some punctuation, so I can know what you actually asking. Okay, so now on to the third red flag. On to the third red flag. You feel me? The third red flag to pay attention for when you are out with a chick. You know what I'm saying? And just to be clear, these three red flags are not the red flags. It's not the only red flags you should be paying attention for. It's not the highest ranking red flags. These are just red flags that I pulled up that I wanted to talk about. I actually had a list, an extensive list of green and red flags, and I just picked three of each that I wanted to talk about. So just to know, these are not the three red flags. These are just three red flags to pay attention for. So the third red flag to pay attention for when you are out with a chick is that she never asks you questions about yourself. You feel me? She never asks you questions about yourself. She doesn't want to learn who you are. She doesn't want to learn more of who Chris Fluhnoy is, or more of who Immune is, or more of who J Nation is. No, when y'all are out and you trying to learn about her and you're asking her questions, she'll talk, she'll answer your questions, but she's not trying to get answers from you. She's not trying to learn about who you are. You know what I'm saying? When a chick is interested in you, right, she's going to want to learn about you because she sees herself making moves with you in the future. She sees herself being vulnerable with you in the future. So she's going to want to learn more about you. If a chick doesn't want to learn more about you, that means she doesn't see her making moves with you in the future. That means she doesn't see her being vulnerable with you in the future. She's just there, to be out because she just wanted something to do. Let me anyways, We got 13 people in here. Make sure y'all all hit the like button. You feel me? We Saturday afternoon with it. You feel me? Third red flag is that she's not trying to learn more about you. You might be asking her questions, might be asking her good questions. You feel me? You might be asking her really good questions. She might be talking, answering your questions, but she's never trying to flip a question back on you. Or she's never trying to figure out things about you. She's not trying to figure out why you do certain things. Right? So I know when chicks are interested in me because they'll ask me questions about either how I do things or what I have on or why I say certain things or do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Or they're just asking questions for, curiosity. They're just asking me questions out of curiosity. You feel me? So they might be trying to ask me where I'm from. They might be trying to ask me how I grew up. They might be trying to ask me what was my life like growing up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, obviously you're trying to learn more about her than she learns about you. At least that's how I move things. That's how I navigate. So even if she is asking me questions, I'm not going to go into full detail because I don't just give out information like that. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm trying to learn more about her. You see what I'm saying? But she will still ask me questions if she's interested in me. If she's not, it's going to be very one-sided conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very one-sided conversation. It's going to be me getting to learn her and none of her trying to get to learn me. She's not even going to show a slight interest in trying to get to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? We got 20 people in here. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. No, I'm drinking tea. This is green tea. 2 tea bags. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You feel me? So she's asking you no questions. If you feel like you sitting there at an interview, then that's a red flag. Because y'all should both be investing certain amounts of energy and certain kinds of energy. You know what I'm saying? All the energy you invest shouldn't just be question after question after trying to learn after trying to learn. Some of the energy you invest should be giving her some information about yourself. You know what I'm saying? All her energy should not just be giving you information and not trying to take any in. Some of her energy should be her trying to get to learn you and take from you and learn things about you. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Even chicks who are not good at conversation. I've been with chicks who are not good at conversation. People still know that there needs to be a balance to a conversation. So she might even ask a stupid question. She might even ask a really bad question, which is another red flag in itself, but we'll talk about that another time. But if she is asking you no questions, that is a problem. That is a big sign of disinterest. You feel me? Big sign of disinterest. So I went through the 3 red flags. The 3 red flags were when she's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? When she's uncomfortable. When she's not trying to talk and give you information about herself. When she's real antsy, real fidgety, because that's a sign of anxiousness or anxiety, or anxiousness and nervousness, I meant to say, excuse me. Or if her body language is just really closed off. You feel me? That was the first red flag. Second red flag was when she's very easily distracted by her phone. And when she does have to use it, she's not apologetic. She's not trying to excuse her actions. She's not trying to qualify herself when using it when she feels like she has to use it. She'll just be out in the open, scrolling, texting, doing whatever. You feel me? With her phone out on the table because she doesn't care about looking rude. Third red flag was that she never tries to learn about you. She's never asking you questions. She's never trying to flip your questions back on you. She's not trying to get anything from you. You know what I'm saying? She's just giving because you asking her questions. She feels like a celebrity on the interview. You feel me? She feels like a celebrity on the interview. You feel me? So now we're going to transition to the 3 green flags. But first, before we do that, we can have a slight, intermission, if you will. I'm going to go through the chat, see if it's any questions. You know what I'm saying? Before I move on to the green flags, we got 22 people in here. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in. Get your boy in the algorithm. I don't ask for I don't ask y'all for no bread. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for no money. All I ask is that you hit that like button. You feel me? Because that's how we gonna get all this game into the algorithm. All I ask is for likes. But before I move on to the green flags, I'm gonna go through the chat and just see what's popping. Has a girl ever cheated on me? Yes. He said, I was talking to this one shorty. She said I make her nervous, but not in a bad way. Why is that? That means she likes you. That means she likes you. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that women are naturally insecure creatures by nature. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is. And so when they're around a man or a young man who they like, who they have feelings for, they're going to feel some kind of way. They're going to feel some kind of way. A lot of times they're going to feel nervous because they don't want to do things that are going to offset you, that are going to be off-putting to you. So they're going to be very deliberate with their actions, or at least think they're trying to be deliberate with their actions. They're going to feel nervous because they don't want to mess up. They don't want to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be there. They want you to like them. So she'll feel nervous. You feel me? Do you believe in only having one girl for the rest of your life at one point? I mean, I believe in anything that's beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain point, if I hit a chick who is just down for me, part of her agenda is pushing my agenda. You know, she's trying her best to add value to my life. She's trying to make my life easier in certain ways, in any way she can make possible. You know what I'm saying? She's there while I'm on the climb. She's there when we hit lower points, and she sticks around. Then that's a chick I would keep around. You know what I'm saying? Now that doesn't mean necessarily that she's gonna be the only person in my life. If I make that choice, I make that choice. But I believe in doing things that are going to be beneficial for you. I believe in doing things that I'm going to benefit from. So if she's benefiting me in such a magnitude, then yes, she could be along for the ride for a long time. You feel me? Keep going through. Do I show honeys I deal with on my Patreon? No, I don't see why I would do that. But no, I don't show the chicks I mess with on my Patreon. That's weird behavior to me. In my opinion, that's very strange. You know, my personal life is my personal life. I use my personal life to teach or give lessons, you know, or to give talking points. I don't show everything about my personal life on my social media, on my Patreon. So I'm not going to show chicks that I mess with on my Patreon. I know some dudes do that. Personally, I think that's hella strange, but that's just me. You feel me? You feel me? I'm just going through this chat before we move on to the green flags. You know what I'm saying? We got 26 people in here. Hey, shout out to my bro. That's Special Ray. That's the homie. Go check out his channel, bro. You go check out Special Ray channel. That's the homie, man. So like I said, before we move on to the green flags, I'm gonna just scroll through this chat, see if there's any other things I want to address. If you notice a red flag, what should you do? Cut her off? Well, that depends on you. And it depends on what the flag is. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain red flags are signs that she doesn't like you. Certain red flags are signs that this may be a chick who is not up to par of your standard, you know? And so you make that decision. Personally, for me, if this is the first date I'm on with a chick and I'm getting red flags like that, then it is no reason to go out with her again. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm getting red flags that the interest is not high, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste her time. So we can just not meet up again. You feel me? It's cool. We went out one time. I enjoyed myself. I'm cool. I don't have to see you again. If you're giving me red flags that the interest is not high. Because personally for me, I don't believe in building interest with a chick. Like if her interest is lower, if her interest is medium, I don't believe in, you know, trying to go out and build her interest. You know, I believe in choosing who chooses you. You feel me? So I want to mess with the chicks who have high interest in me. That's how you build the easiest. That's how you waste the least amount of time. That's how you have the most fruitful relationship with that chick. You feel me? Yeah, body language is very important. I might do a whole other live another day on body language, because body language is pretty deep and the body is never going to lie. You know, she could lie out of her mouth, but the body is never going to lie. Made a video a while back, my tongue with the diaphragm. Did I take that down? Um, Actually, that video was on my Instagram. It was on my YouTube for a minute. I probably unlisted it, but it's still on my Instagram if you go on IGTV. Because talking from the diaphragm is just talking from the stomach. You know what I'm saying? So always talk from the diaphragm and breathe from the diaphragm. But we cleared up the chat. So I'm going to move on to these 3 green flags. You know, a lot of guys don't talk about the good signs, the green flags. We talk all this about red flags, never about green flags. So I'm going to introduce to y'all some green flags, 3 of them. You know what I mean? Just like how I made a video a month and a half ago on 4 different signs how to tell when a chick was feeling you when you in a group. These are three green flags that a chick is feeling you when she's out with you. You feel me? What is going on? What is this? I'll look up to that. I'll look into that later. But okay, 3 green flags. The first green flag. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm getting a notification that I need to respond to. See how I did that there? I appreciate y'all. So I'm not just being rude, you feel me? Nah. I'm gonna let y'all know when I got a notification I gotta respond to. You feel what I'm saying? All right, bet we good now. So 3 green flags, 3 good signs that she feeling you when y'all out. Starbucks. I don't care if y'all at Roof Chris. I don't care if y'all walking on the Riverwalk. I don't care if y'all chilling at the beach or a park. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if y'all on a rooftop. You know, at a penthouse. These are green flags that you can notice universally. You feel me? So, first green flag is that when y'all meet up, she put effort into her appearance and in her grooming. You feel me? She put effort into her appearance and her grooming. For some reason, a lot of dudes seem to, you know, graze over just how important that is. You feel me? A lot of dudes seem to graze over just how important that is. You feel me? Now, it's different if this is a chick who, you know, on a regular basis, she wearing a full face of makeup, you know what I'm saying? And she's dressing up really nice on the regular. Then that's different. You know, she's just a presentable woman. Well, that's another red flag is if she wears full faces of makeup every day, in my opinion, but we can talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? When she put effort into her appearance and her grooming. So what do I mean by that? She looks nice. She put on really nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? I've told y'all before. Y'all know me. I wear all black. Oftentimes, if I feel like the initial interaction with a chick hit it off, I'll tell her to wear all black when we first go out on our first date or first meetup, whatever you may want to call it. I'll tell her wear all black because I wear all black. You know what I'm saying? And so if they're interested in me, they're not just gonna put on a black hoodie and some black leggings or some black Adidas track pants, you know, some black Yeezys. That's not what's going down. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna wear nicer clothes, more respectable clothes, more attractive clothes, clothes that enhance their body, enhance their figure, clothes that are going to, draw my attention, as a man, that is going to draw my attention to her beauty. Just like I tell y'all guys, style game and body game go hand in hand. When I go out in public, I want to look respectable. I want to look presentable. You know what I'm saying? So I wear clothes that enhance my silhouette. I wear clothes that fit. I wear clothes that are tailored to my body, not tight clothes because I'm a man, but fitted clothes, clothes that are going to enhance my silhouette. You feel me? That's me. Women do the same thing, but even more because women have more features that need to be enhanced or can be enhanced. Women have titties, women have ass, women have a lot more hair generally. Women wear makeup and things like that. Women wear a little bit more jewelry. Women have wider arrays of fragrances and things like that. You feel me? Women have more shoe options. They have more features that can be enhanced. So if she's interested in you, she's going to take time and effort into this appearance. You know what I'm saying? So she might wear a little bit of makeup. You know what I'm saying? She'll have on a little bit of makeup. She'll have on a nice fitting top. You know what I'm saying? She'll have on a nice fitting top. She might even wear a dress, depending on where y'all going. She might even wear a dress. She'll have on a nice fitted top if it's not a dress. She's not gonna have on some hoodie. She's not gonna have on, a Carhartt hoodie like I got on right now. She's not gonna have on no Carhartt hoodie. What's good, Troy? Troy Yavin. You feel me? Nah. She gonna have on something that fits. She might have on a dress. She might have on a shirt and a skirt. She might have on a nice fitting shirt and some nice fitting jeans. It's not gonna be no raggedy jeans with hella rips and holes in them. No, there'll be some nice jeans. You feel me? There'll be some nice jeans, nice fitting jeans that look presentable and respectable. She's gonna wear clothes that make herself look sexy and feel sexy. That's the thing. If she's interested in you, because she's gonna want you to be sexually attracted to her. You feel me? Excuse me, I need that. Y'all need to start drinking tea, bro. Anyway, what's up, Crowley? She's gonna want you to be sexually attracted to her. So she's gonna dress in ways that make her look sexy and make her feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? If she's not interested in you, she might wear some baggy t-shirt or a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Something that don't fit. She might wear jeans with a bunch of holes in them, or she might just go out in leggings. You feel me? She might come to you with some sneakers on. You feel me? And of course, you have to be reasonable, and her outfit will usually accommodate where y'all are going. So, like, for example, I went to a haunted house with a chick back in last month. This was like middle of October. She asked me to go. I said, cool, we could go. I said, cool, we can go. So we went to a haunted house. You feel me? But because we were going to a haunted house, we were going to be waiting outside in a line. It's cold. It's dark. We were standing in a line on the sidewalk. We're going through a big haunted house that's a factory. So it's big. It's a lot of moving. It's a lot of jumping because you're scared. It's going to be, some people get scared and they start running, things like that. So what did we wear? We wore more comfortable clothes. I wore track pants and I wore a nice fitting black t-shirt and some sneakers. I told her to wear all black. And she dressed accommodating for the date because I told her where we were going and what the conditions were going to be. I told her it would be a line. I told her we'd be waiting outside in the cold. Wasn't that cold, but I thought it would be really cold. But told her we was going to be waiting outside in a line in a haunted house. So she wore, some nice Vans, nice clean Vans. She wore some leggings. And she wore this, I don't know what kind of top it was. It was a hoodie, but it was a very fitting hoodie. You know what I'm saying? She was very full figured. So it was a very nice fitting hoodie with a nice t-shirt up under. And she brought an extra hoodie wear because I thought it was going to be cold, but it wasn't. You feel me? So we wore clothes that were accommodating to the event we were going to. Now, it would be different if she wore that outfit and I told her, hey, we were going to meet up at Starbucks, or we were going to meet up at a restaurant that I felt like going to that day. You know what I'm saying? If we were going to a place to sit down and eat or drink tea or coffee or whatever the case may be, then I would not be appreciative of wearing that same outfit that she wore to the haunted house with me. Because the haunted house, the conditions were different. It was a lot of standing, cold weather, a lot of moving, and a lot of action. We sitting down at a table to talk to each other and learn about each other. Then I would I don't live life with expectations. I live life with appreciation. So if we were going out, I would much more greatly appreciate that she dresses in a better fashion, because I would dress in a better fashion as well. You know what I'm saying? So if we go into a Starbucks, I would be very appreciative if she wore some jeans, some really nice jeans, not with a bunch of holes and rips, maybe some flats or some clean, respectable sneakers. Like, I'm not with chicks wearing all the Jordans and things like that. As a retired sneakerhead, I knew a lot of chicks who wore, sneakers. and they not a kind of chick that I prefer messing with. So, it's cool wearing maybe some Vans or some flats. If it's summertime, they want to wear flip-flops or sandals, that's cool. You feel me? But not no J's, you know, not no, she not wearing uh, you know, um, like black toe ones. You know what I'm saying? She not wearing no fire red fours. You feel me? She not wearing no Bugs Money eights. You feel me? Nah, she might come in some presentable sneakers or some flats, some sandals, some flip flops. You feel me? What is she gonna wear for pants? She gonna wear some jeans more than likely. I've had chicks go above and beyond though. Like I've had chicks, well, not have had them do it, but chicks took the time and took the effort to actually wear a skirt and nice fitting top. We was just going to Starbucks. I'm appreciative of things like that. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite outfits is when a chick could wear, like I say, I usually tell them wear all black. When they wear like a black, like a turtleneck, like a turtleneck, black knit, and they wear like a black skirt with it. That's like one of my favorite outfits to see a chick in. You know what I'm saying? With some nice shoes to go with it. You feel me? Her hair will look nice. She might have makeup on. Not a lot, maybe a little bit. She might not have none. Some chicks just look really nice with no makeup, which I'm appreciative of as well. I appreciate the Most High's work. You feel me? But her hair is going to be done. It's going to look nice. Chicks have had their nails done the same day we go out. You know what I'm saying? There's little things like that. She might have an artwork on her nails. You feel me? Little things like that. Her effort and her appearance and her grooming is going to be A1. So that's the first green flag. I think I talked about that for too long. Second green flag is something that you'll notice over time. A lot of dudes don't even know this as a green flag. She's going to mirror certain actions of yours. You feel me? She's going to mirror certain actions of yours. We got 25 people in here. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button. Get this game in the algorithm. The more y'all hit that like button, the more I will be doing live streams. You feel me? Because I enjoy these live streams, but if ain't nobody hitting the like button, there ain't no reason to do them. You feel me? Hit that like button. She will mirror certain actions of yours. Now, Chris, what do you mean? I have examples. One example that I notice a lot, right? One example that I notice a lot is when it comes to table etiquette. You feel me? When it comes to table etiquette. What's up, Winning with Wells? When it comes to table etiquette. So let's say we go to Starbucks. I always tell y'all that's my favorite place to go on the first date is Starbucks, right? Say we go to Starbucks and we get our coffees or our teas or whatever the case may be, and we have napkins, right? For me, I'm going to put my napkin up under the cup. It's not nothing major. It's not nothing crazy. I don't even think about it. But I'm going to end up putting my napkin under the cup, just like a coaster type shit. What I notice happens when chicks are interested in me, right, is they will mirror that action of mine. So let's say she didn't have, she just had her cup sitting on the table and she sees me put my cup on the napkin on the table without saying nothing or without making it a big deal. She'll on the sly, put a napkin up under her cup. You feel me? Because she saw me do it. And so she's thinking like, oh, like this must be, some next level table manners. You feel me? Yeah, always wipe my feet at the door. Hit the like button. Good. Well said. You feel me? Very well said. Always wipe my feet at the door on the way in. I like that. But yeah, she's going to mirror certain things of yours because just like Jasper Cooper said, she's following your lead. Especially if it's something that she thinks may be upper echelon. That she may not have just learned when she was growing up or something that's not a part of her operating system. Like me putting the napkin under my cup when I'm at a table, like it's a coaster. She's going to look at that and be like, oh, like this is different. Like, I don't do this. Like, why is he even doing? She might not even know why I'm doing that, but she's just going to do it because she's looking at me like, Okay. I admire him. I respect him. He must be doing something that is different from a lot of other people because I don't do this. I don't see people do this. I'm gonna do it because he doing it. You feel me? Or another example is when I'm out at a restaurant. I've told y'all I really like going to new restaurants and stuff. So if a chick catch me on a lucky day and I found a restaurant I wanted to go to on that day, then she gonna end up being with me at that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So say we go to a restaurant. I'm the kind of guy who I lay, when they wrap the silverware in the napkin, in the thick napkin, I'm the kind of guy who unrolls it and I lay it on my lap. That's basic, table fundamentals. I don't want crumbs and stuff getting on my pants and sauce. So I put the napkin on my pants. You feel me? And a lot of times I've had chicks, they see me do that and then they do it right after. You feel me? They see me do that and they do it right after. Yeah, the way you place the silverware, the way you place things. You feel me? Another funny example. Another funny example is if she's doing something that she don't really know how to do, but because she sees you doing it, she's gonna try to do it and pretend like she knows what she's doing, right? So y'all know the proper way of how to hold a knife and fork, right? What's good, Angelo? Y'all know the proper way of how to hold a knife and fork. You hold the knife in your dominant hand. You hold the knife like this. You hold the knife like this. You hold the fork in your off. So what's some? Here's a pencil I got. You hold the knife in your dominant hand and you hold the fork in your off hand, and you're holding them like this. And you hold the food with the fork and you cut with the knife like this, right? So that's how I cut my food because that's the proper way of cutting your food at the table. Proper, societal standards, whatever. But it's efficient. That's how I cut my food up, right? A lot of chicks don't know how to cut their food right. I'm saying a lot of chicks don't know how to cut their food right. You'll see chicks with the fork and then they cutting with the knife like this, or they got the stuff in the wrong hand. You know what I'm saying? And they're not cutting their food efficiently. But on occasion, I've had chicks see the way I'm cutting my food, and I'm low key looking at how they cutting their food, and they'll try to switch it up and do what I'm doing, even though they really don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Even though they don't really know what they're doing, they trying to mimic what I'm doing because they see what I'm doing, and even though they don't know, they're assuming what I do is the proper way to do things. You feel me? Because they have respect for me, they're admiring me, even though they don't know much about me. Who I am and the little amount of time they've known me has already spoken for itself. So they see me, they see me cutting my food, and they was cutting their food like this at first, but then they saw me, glanced at me, and they tried to switch it up. So now they trying to cut their food the right way, but they messing up. They don't even really know what they doing. You feel me? That's another funny example. But she'll mimic certain things that you do because she's looking at you, she's following your leadership, and she thinks that whatever you're doing is the better way to do things, the more proper way to do things, the more efficient way to do things. You feel me? So that's what I mean by she's gonna mirror certain actions of yours. You feel me? That's what I mean. So that's the second red flag. Just a quick recap. The first green flag, excuse me, I meant to say green flag. The first green flag was when she puts effort into her appearance and in her grooming. You feel me? When she put in time and work to look sexy for you, is basically what that means. The second green flag is when she's mirroring certain actions of yours. So examples are table etiquette. You feel me? She might see you do a certain thing, notice it, not say nothing about it, but she's going to mimic that or try to mimic it because she thinks that what you're doing is the better way to do things. You feel me? So the third and final green flag that I'm going to talk about today, like I said, these are not the red flags and the green flags. These are just some red flags and some green flags to look for. Maybe I'll talk about some at a later date. More than likely I will. But the last green flag I'm going to talk about today is when she's trying to learn from you. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily learn about you, but she's trying to learn from you. You feel me? As a man, I talked about this last night. I talk about this all the time. As a man, you should have some kind of knowledge base. You should know things. You know what I'm saying? You should have a knowledge base of some kind of fundamental base of topics that you know that you can talk about on the fly on. That's intellectual charisma, right? When you have a solid knowledge base of whatever it is, you're going to carry a vibe to you. You're going to carry a certain energy to you that's going to let people know this guy knows something. I may not know what it is, but he knows something, right? And so because of that, she's going to want to learn from you. Even if she doesn't really know what you know, she's going to ask you about certain things because she wants to learn what you have to say. You know what I'm saying? So for example, she may ask you about, I'm in school, right? I'm in college. I'm a junior in college. She may ask me about, how do I do better in school? She may ask me for tips on, how to be a better student, how to be a better learner. You feel me? Because she thinks that I have some kind of answer to her question. Even if I don't, she thinks I does. So she may ask me how to better learn. Or she may ask me, I notice you're so calm all the time. How did you get to this point? How did you become so calm? You seem so relaxed. You feel me? She's going to pay attention to behaviors and try to figure out how to adopt some of those behaviors from you. You feel me? You ask such good questions. Where did you learn how to ask people such good questions? I've never had a person ask me such good questions before. You feel me? Or how did you learn how to, talk so well? How did you become such a good communicator? You feel me? She's going to want to learn from you. She's going to want to learn from you. You feel me? Because she's going to assume that you know things that she doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? And let's say y'all are talking about something and you find opportunity to use something as a lesson moment, a lesson learned moment. You can teach her something real quick. She's going to be eager to learn more. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was out with this chick and we were talking about, I can't remember what we were talking about beforehand, but she was saying that, she has a hard time focusing when she's doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? She has a hard time focusing when she's doing certain things. I'm not going to get into details. That was, private conversation, but she said that she had a hard time focusing when she's doing certain things. And so the first thing I made her do was have her ask herself. I made her think. I asked her, okay, why do you think that is? That's one of my favorite questions. That's one of my favorite questions. Why do you think that is? When people say things about themselves, because oftentimes we say things about ourselves, but don't really think about why we're saying that. Don't even think about why that's the case, why that's the circumstance. So she brought up voluntarily, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes I have a hard time focusing when I'm doing X, Y, Z. And so I said, why do you think that is? Ask yourself. And so she sat there and thought and thought and thought. And she couldn't really figure it out. She threw some hypotheses out there, but she didn't really have an answer. You know what I'm saying? So she asked me what I think. She said, I feel like you probably know. Tell me, what kind of books have you read? That's what she said. She said, what kind of books have you read? I feel like you know. And I was like, well, I'm going to just throw a wild guess out there. And I was just being, I feel like you got too many thoughts racing at once. You thinking about too many things at one time. You weren't able to sit down and discipline your thoughts and put certain thoughts on the back burner to focus on one thing at a time. Your thoughts are racing at all times because you have a lot to say. You have a lot of things going on in your brain. You have a lot of things that you want to get out. Like Kanye West record label, getting out our dreams. You have a lot of things you want to get out, but you don't have avenues to get those things out. So your mind is constantly racing with certain thoughts and with certain feelings. And she was eager to learn more of what I was talking about. She was very eager to learn more of what I was saying, to understand more of what I was saying, to learn where I got that kind of understanding from. You feel what I'm saying? She was just like, oh, okay. It was like, wow, I never really thought about that. What makes you think that? Where did you learn that? How did you learn that? Is this something that you learn from yourself? Asking questions like that, following a small teaching lesson. She's going to want to learn more from you. She's going to want to learn. She's going to want to have more of those teaching lessons from you. She's going to have more of those lessons learned from you. Now that's a two-end situation. She can't want to learn more from you if you don't know anything. So that's partly on you as a man. I talked about this last night in my live. You have to know things. The more you know, the more interesting you become. So she's not going to want to know what you have to say about certain issues or certain problems if she feels like you don't know anything. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the last green flag I'm going to talk about today, man. We only in an hour. I did that pretty efficiently and pretty quickly. I thought I was going to drag it, but just a quick recap of the 3 green flags. The first green flag was she put effort into her appearance. Second green flag was she's mirroring actions from yours. Excuse me. The third green flag was that she wants to learn more from you, not necessarily about you, but from you. You feel me? So now that we got all the 3 red flags and the 3 green flags out the way, I'm gonna give some time if y'all have questions y'all want to ask. If for the 21 people watching, if y'all have questions y'all want to ask about the topic or things similar to the topic, throw them in the chat and we could chop it up about it, for a little bit of extra time. In the meantime, I'm gonna go through this chat and see if I'm scroll past any questions. You feel me? Okay, so Z is cold or Zay is cold. Says, hey, bro, what's your advice if you ain't got a car or a crib? I'm stacking my bread right now, studying for my license. But in the meantime, I ain't trying to do no cold turkey, my bro. Thanks. So, yeah, that's what I get for sleeping with the window open in Michigan. But so if you don't have a car or a crib, but you still trying to mess with chicks and you trying to stack your bread, either you just gonna have to chill for a minute or you're gonna have to, take some risks. So I'm not suggesting this. This is just for entertainment, full disclosure, you know what I'm saying? This is just for entertainment. You might have to some way, somehow get to her crib, or, some dudes use their homies' cribs, you know what I'm saying? Or if she got a car, or if you trying to borrow your man's car, you know what I'm saying? It's only a small amount of things you can do. Because you literally just said you basically have like no options of your own. If you don't got a car or a crib, then you're gonna have to be using other people's resources. So either her resources, some of your homies' resources. You feel me? Doing things that are not in your favor. Doing things that are not necessarily on your terms because you don't have the resources to do so. You feel me? You said I was talking to this one shorty for a while. I answered that question already, bro. Like 20 minutes ago. I said that that means she likes you. If you talking to a chick and she feels nervous in a good way, that means she likes you and she wants you to like her back, because females are naturally insecure creatures. And so they want, when they're with a guy they like, they want you to like them back. But they don't have enough about them usually to where they can pretty much know like, oh, he's gonna like me. So they may get nervous, because they get excited, they thinking, you know what I'm saying? All of that. How to know when to just be thought, because some chicks just might be defensive. You have to reword that, bro. You have to reword that, bro. And just for future reference, bro, please use like punctuation when you ask me questions and stuff, because I'm a grammar freak. I've told y'all before, I love to write. I'm a writer. So I need punctuation. I need at least decent grammar. Like you can't just put a bunch of words together into one long ass concoction, because I'm not going to be able to read it. I'm not going to be able to understand what you're trying to say. You feel me? Let me lower my brightness a little bit. You feel me? Are we good? So, IDSC Corporation re-asked that and reword it because I have no idea what you're trying to say. What are some behaviors you have overlooked before? That's a good question. Um, well, first of all, all of the red and green flags I'm talking about right now. But I think for me, the biggest things that I've looked over is when chicks are feeling me when I'm in a group of people. So, like I told you, I'm in college, so I'm often in groups of men and women, of males and females. And for a while, it took me a minute to learn when a chick was really feeling me in a group and she was trying to let me know that without letting me know that. Females communicate very covertly. So she was trying to let me know that she was feeling me without telling me she was feeling me. And so that's why I made that video a while back about 4 signs when she's in a group feeling you. Because and just understanding how covertly they communicate. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I would say to answer this question is knowing how covertly they communicate, knowing just how passively they're going to communicate. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know just how passively women are going to try to get their message across without getting the message across. You feel what I'm saying? So when chicks are in groups and, they looking at you, snickering at you, like, I didn't realize that meant that a chick was feeling me. You know what I'm saying? Or if a chick, if while everybody's talking in a group and she is constantly looking at me, while she's speaking, she's constantly looking at me, looking back at me, because she's trying to seek my qualification. She's trying to see if I snickered at something she said she thought was funny, or she's trying to see if I'm making facial reactions because she's trying to base my judgment off something that she might have said. You know what I'm saying? Or in a group, she might go out of her way to ask me individually something like a personal question while in a group. That's her covertly telling me she feeling me. You feel me? These are things that I didn't realize, early on, just how covertly they communicate, just how passively they communicate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why you end up replaying a lot of instances back in your head, because when you know more, then it's hindsight is 2020. So you looking back like, damn, like I should have known that. I should have known that. Damn, I probably should have known that too. You thinking, but hindsight is 2020. You feel me? How can I improve my personality and stop laughing and being goofy as fuck? So improving personality is not something that like improves or gets worse. Personality is something that has to grow. Personality is like a plant. It has to grow. Same with character. Character and personality, they're not the same, but they go hand in hand. Character and personality have to grow. So part of improving personality is learning more, doing more, exploring more, having more things that interest you, learning more about the world. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was saying, if you don't know anything about yourself or the world you live in, you're not going to come off interested at all. You feel me? So you have to have certain things about you that are specific to you that you know. These are things you're passionate about. These are things that you just like learning about. These are hobbies. These are talents. These are the things that develop your personality, that help grow your personality. And you have to just go out and socialize more. Socializing more is going to help you realize what your personality really is. Because a lot of people go around not even really knowing what their personality is, because we live in a civilization where, we so used to acting a certain way. We're so used to acting nice and acting polite that we don't really know what our personality is. We don't really know who we are. You feel me? So you have to go out and socialize more on an authentic level to really get an understanding of who your personality is, and how to stop laughing and being hella goofy. So first off, it's nothing wrong with laughing when you with a chick, right? There's nothing wrong with laughing. But I understand what you mean by being goofy, because being goofy, what is being goofy? Being goofy is being a clown. Being goofy is being very theatrical. When you being over dramatic. You know what I'm saying? When everything you do that has a sense of humor to it is dramatic, is making a scene. It's very, your intent is to make her laugh. You know what I'm saying? Get my mic out the way. You're doing things with the intent of making her laugh and you doing theatrical things at the cost of trying to do that. So the way to stop being goofy is first being more masculine, right? Goofiness is a feminine trait. That's why guys always say, including myself, a lot of us always say, females are not funny. Females are goofy. Females aren't funny. Females are goofy. Why are females goofy? Because they do a lot of dumb shit that's funny. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of stupid stuff on accident that's just, it'll make you laugh. It's not something they do on purpose. They can't just make people laugh because they're funny. No, females are goofy because they do a lot of, females are very intelligent, but they do a lot of dumb shit that is funny. So that's why we say females are goofy. Yeah, being goofy is the same as being real. Well, not animated, overly animated, yes. Goofy is over exaggeration. Goofy is doing too much. You feel me? So the way to stop being goofy is to be more masculine, because being goofy is a feminine trait. To be less goofy, you have to become more masculine. That'll just come with self-discovery, having more knowledge of self, having more time to yourself, and paying attention and learning from the right content. You know what I'm saying? I asked her, how do I make her nervous? And she couldn't give me an answer, because most of the time they don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, if a chick is real young, I don't know how old you are, but depending on her age, depending on her experience, she might not understand herself like that. So she might not know what certain feelings mean to her when she's feeling them. A chick who got skin in the game, she knows when she get nervous around a dude is because she like him. She knows when she feeling tingling between her legs when she see a dude is because she's highly sexually attracted to him. A chick who don't have no skin in the game may not know what emotions to tie to these feelings. What thoughts are tied to these feelings. She just feels herself getting nervous, but may not know why. You feel me? So that's why she might probably couldn't give you an answer. And because she may just not want to give you the answer. You know what I'm saying? Chicks don't just open up like that all the time. So she might not just want to be like, oh, I'm getting nervous because I like you. You know what I'm saying? What's a piece of advice that you wish everyone would take to heart? Wanting to understand other people. That's my piece of advice. You will make it very far when you have an actual interest in understanding who other people are. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because the more you understand about yourself, and the more you understand just how intricate and complicated human beings can be beneath the surface, because you've learned yourself, you'll want to learn about other people. And when people realize that you really want to learn about them, you actually have an interest in learning who they are and understanding who they are, they will trust you a lot quicker, and they will trust you a lot more. They will have a lot more respect for you. They will find you as a person they want to be around more, because everybody wants to be understood. You feel me? Everybody wants to be understood. But most people don't know how to understand other people because they don't even understand themselves. So if you can understand yourself and then know how to understand other people, that will take you far in life. That will open up opportunities. That will get you relationships with some good women out there. That will get you friendships with some good men out there. That will get you good business opportunities, because being able to understand other people means you have a certain amount of attention to detail, and you have a certain amount of inquisitiveness, curiosity, and you're willing to dig and find answers to answer the questions that you have. You feel me? So my advice that I wish everyone would take to heart is to embrace learning other people, but you first have to understand yourself. Can you be masculine and animated? Yes, I'm very animated. You see me talking with my hands and do it. This is animation. This is animation right here. I'm a masculine dude, but me talking with my hands, that's animation. You feel me? So yes, like masculinity is an energy you carry. Masculinity is an aura you have. Masculinity is a mindset you have. It's not necessarily always in the little things that you do. Like me talking with my hands, me doing all of this, that's not affecting how masculine I am. That's just the way I communicate. That's just the way I communicate, because that's how my dad communicates. And I learned that from him. And I would always hear people talk about how much more interesting it made his talking be because he was so animated with his hands. I would literally watch men say to my father, I love how you talk with your hands. And I didn't really know what it meant when I was younger, but over time I adopted it. So yes, you can be masculine and animated. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I have a really low voice, and like I don't know how to reach all kind of cadences and whatnot. So I have to implement certain things that are gonna make my speech more interesting. And so subconsciously, one of those things I do is use my hands a lot. Some dudes are very good speakers. They can adjust their voice to hit certain cadences and certain speech tones and patterns. So they don't need to be animated when they speak, because the sonic aspect of how they talk is already interesting. I have a very low, monotonous voice, raspy voice. So I'm animated. I started doing that very early on when I was little. You feel me? Gotta head back to the work. Yeah, get to that grind, Will. What's your advice on a female who's trying to manipulate you and make you the bad guy for her mistakes and make you believe that you're in the wrong? So what's my advice on, like, I'm assuming you're asking what's my advice on what you should do. So in my opinion, if you got a chick that's trying to be manipulative and make you the bad guy, then you should drop that woman off. That's what I would do. Because, of course, women are going to have attitudes. Women are going to get emotional. Women are going to feel some type of way in the moment. But a very clear sign of immaturity is when she tries to put her mistakes on you, or when she's trying to switch things around and make you seem like the bad guy. That's a very blatant sign of very, very intense immaturity. You know what I'm saying? When she's trying to make you seem like the bad guy for things she did, or when she's trying to make you seem like you wrong for things she did. So I would drop her off. I wouldn't mess with a chick like that, because I don't have the patience for stuff like that. My patience wanes very thin for immaturity. You feel me? So especially with women. So I wouldn't tolerate that kind of behavior. So I wouldn't tolerate her being in my life. You understand what I'm saying? That's my advice to you. You seen that Mario dad a lot. I do. And it's funny because, like, I didn't grow up with my dad, for real. My parents divorced when I was 5. And I would switch from my mom's to my dad's house up until I was around 8. Then I started staying with my mama full time, and he's very busy. He does a lot. So I wouldn't see him often, so I would go a year without seeing my dad, or I would go 6 months without seeing him. It was one point where I went like a whole year and a half without even hearing from him, talking to him. But as I got older, I learned he was doing things trying to improve his life, trying to improve his standing so that he could leave me with something, so that he could have things to teach me when I get older and I can handle certain levels of information. So as I've gotten older, I hung out with my dad every now and then, every few months we get together, we go out and do something. And he just has so many redeeming qualities that are very powerful and impactful in the way that he navigates life and how people address him in life, that I've purposely adopted a lot of his behaviors and a lot of his characteristics, not only because he's my father, but because the way he does things is just it's so poignant. I guess that's a good word for you. Things he does is very poignant. You know what I'm saying? Things he does draws a lot of attention when he's just being himself. You feel me? So I do admire my dad a lot. Appreciate the super chat. Bitchy Burden says, you a king in the making, bro. Keep doing you. Hey, salute to you, bro. What is your advice on linking with a girl when you don't have a crib? So I'm assuming that you're trying to link up and get some cheeks, because there's plenty of places to link, but you're implying that you don't have a crib to link up at. So I'm assuming you mean link up for some buns. So like I said to the other dude, if you don't have resources, then you're going to have to step out and either use her resources or use some other people's resources. You either going to have to go to her crib if she okay with that, or, if you got homies, you might have to say, hey, bro, like, can I slide in your crib with this chick real quick? Excuse me. You might have to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's very slim pickings for when you don't have certain things, like when you don't have a car, when you don't have a crib to link up at, and have a chick over with. It's certain things like that that you just gonna have to either make adjustments for or chill on. You feel me? Slot K1 says it's an important ambition for me to be well spoken like you. How can I get about like this? Thanks. So, man, behind my ear is itching, bro. I don't know why that is. So becoming more well spoken is about speaking more. You feel me? Obviously, I do YouTube, so I've had a lot of time to talk more and more and more. You feel me? I have a personal life, so when I'm out in public or when I'm out in private with people who I trust to be in private with, I'm talking, I'm communicating, I'm socializing. So becoming more well spoken is socializing more. One, because the more comfortable you get with talking, the more comfortable you get with your voice and the way you speak, the more you're going to be willing to speak. So that's number one. Secondly, is consuming more information. I truly believe that reading more is going to help you become more well spoken. The more you consume words, the more you consume language. You feel me? The more you consume sentences and rhetorical devices and things like that, the better you'll be when you speak. You know what I'm saying? And then thirdly is just, maybe listening to guys who are really good speakers. You feel me? I listen to guys who speak very well. You feel me? Guys whose voices alone can just trap your attention and just keep your attention because of just the way that they can speak. So, I listen to guys who are very good speakers to adopt some of those traits, because as a content creator on a video platform, I have to be able to maintain your attention with my voice. When I'm doing videos, oftentimes my videos are usually just like a picture that I'm just talking over, mainly because they take a lot less time to encode and upload. You feel me? It only takes me, maybe 10 minutes to encode that kind of video and upload it to YouTube. Whereas if I do a real video, it might take an hour. You feel me? So I have to know how to use my voice and use my voice towards what it excels at. Some guys have higher pitched voices. Higher pitched voices have a lot more room for fluctuation. My voice is very low, so I have to know how to use my low tone and my low pitch to capture attention, just like on some Barry White shit. You feel me? Would you deal with a female who has strict parents and won't let her go out or leave the crib at all? I'm 19 years old. I mean, if y'all can't meet up in person and like get to know each other in private, then personally for me, I wouldn't mess with her. You know what I'm saying? At least for the time being. Now, if like later on when she gets more freedoms and she hits you up, saying let's go out, my parents are being less strict on me now. Can we go out? Can we meet up? Then yeah, that's cool. But I wouldn't be like, personally for me, I wouldn't be trying to like maintain contact with her and stuff like that when we can't even do things together to learn about who each other are, to learn who each other are. Was that part to learn who each other is, to learn who each other are? I'm having a grammar moment. I told you I'm a stickler for grammar, but I don't know everything. So I just had a grammar moment right there. But if we can't even go out and really enjoy each other's company, then it's like, what's the point? You feel me? It's like, what's the point? But we minute and 25. I'm gonna go to a minute and 30 minutes. I mean, wow. I'm gonna go to an hour and 30 minutes. We had an hour and 25. So in these last 5 minutes, if any of y'all got questions that y'all would like me to answer, like I said, go ahead and type the questions out in the chat. You feel me? Make sure y'all are hitting that like button on your way in or on your way out or while you sitting here listening. You feel me? Because that's the only thing I really care about is hitting that like button. The more you hit that like button, the more I get in that algorithm. The more we get in the algorithm. You feel me? I don't ask y'all for super chats. I don't ask y'all for a certain amount of likes. I just ask y'all for likes. You feel me? My voice is really low, so when I'm talking, I find it hard to be charismatic without forcing fake energy, like it's like I'm a robot. What shall I do? So, you know, when you have charisma, when you have charisma, then that sunshine look kind of sweet. I'm not gonna lie, but when you have charisma about something or you get enthusiastic about something, it'll naturally register itself, even if you got a really low voice like me. You know, like I said, my voice can be very monotonous at times. But when I'm enthusiastic about something, like on this Instagram live, like on this YouTube live, I'm enthusiastic, you know, because this is something that I like talking about. So even though my voice is very low, it's kind of flat, enthusiasm will register itself through my voice. You know what I'm saying? My enthusiasm is gonna register through my voice as best as it can. You feel me? And it's just it's not only the sound of the way you speak, it's the way you break words up. You know, how are you pausing in between words or in between sentences? You feel me? How much conviction are you speaking with? Are you speaking with apprehensiveness or are you speaking with conviction? Or are you speaking in a way that it's gonna lay them words on the table? It's gonna smack a person in the face when you talking. You feel me? So it's not always in the sonics of your voice. It's the way in which you deliver. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if y'all don't know, I played in the orchestra in high school. I played in my school's A orchestra. So I was in the best orchestra in my high school. I played the cello. Very good at it, by the way. You know, string instruments, they all have one solid sound. I played the cello. It's a very low, very low octave instrument, right? I played a low octave instrument, but the way in which you play it is going to register different sounds. So if I'm playing if I'm playing a note regular, or if I'm using vibrato, if I'm using I'm having a brain fart right now. If I'm using forte or if I'm using piano, you know, that means gradually getting louder or gradually getting softer. If it's a concerto, you feel me? If it's pizzicato, or if I'm using a bow, you feel me? Things like that are the ways that are going to manipulate the sound of the low instrument. It's the same with your voice. You have to implement certain things that are going to register enthusiasm and conviction through your talking. For example, like I was just doing, I was hitting each word really hard, smack you in the face with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good example right there. I was being convictive with my language, enunciating each word. You feel me? This is how I talk to people in real life. You feel me? This is how I talk to people in real life. You know what I'm saying? When I'm really talking. No, I'm a funny guy. You know, I'm a naturally funny guy. So that's another thing that helps. Took your advice and now your girlfriend doesn't hit you. I'm glad. Very glad. It's hard for you to be charismatic without breaking frame. So that means you aren't really charismatic. You feel me? Which is okay. Everybody is not meant to be charismatic. You know, charisma is a specific trait. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm that charismatic. Some people say otherwise, but I know some very charismatic dudes. Every person is not gonna be charismatic. Every person is not gonna have charisma. You know what I'm saying? But so if it's hard for you to demonstrate charisma without breaking frame, that just means you aren't really charismatic. You know what I'm saying? Now you can be enthusiastic about something. You can have charisma about a certain topic, but you know, you don't always got to be charismatic to get a point across, to get a message across. You feel what I'm saying? How to be thorough or how to de-escalate. He said de-escalate. How to de-escalate in the conversation, because sometimes she just might be defensive. Okay, that makes sense. I understand what you're saying now. So de-escalating a conversation when she gets defensive is about just being a man. You know, part of being a man is having a calming presence, an at ease presence, a presence that you are in control. You know, so when a chick might start getting you know, let's say, I don't know, maybe you said something that you didn't know was a trigger or something like that, and she starts getting a little bit defensive. As a man, you'll naturally know how to handle it by just being cool, calm, and collect. You know what I'm saying? Being cool, calm, and collect. Them three C's are very important to remember and internalize and apply. Cool, calm, collect. That's how you de-escalate an escalating situation with a woman, is by being, well, that's really with anybody, but you have to be cool, calm, and collect to de-escalate a situation with a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's gonna start getting emotional. She's gonna start getting in her feelings. She's gonna start getting rowdy and loud and all kind of attitudes. So in order to de-escalate that, you have to take the lead of that situation, which means you have to be in control, which means you have to be cool, calm, and collect so that you can understand what's going on. And if you are behaving as a leader, she's going to have no other option but to behave and embrace the role of someone under your leadership. So she will naturally fall in line to your leadership if she's starting to get an attitude and starting to get defensive. You feel me? How do you become funny? I feel like I'm too monotone. I always come off as boring and uninterested, but I'm just real chill. Being funny, like, I don't know. I don't know how to teach a person how to become funny. Like that's just something that, a person adopts like over time. Hanging with funny people, I guess. I don't know. Like I'm just funny. You feel me? I'm not the funniest dude, but I'm a funny dude. I can make a person laugh, when I feel like it. I guess that just comes from being around funny dudes. I'm in the stand-up comedy. I'm a big Dave Chappelle fan, a big Eddie Murphy fan, big Bernie Mac fan. My dad is funny, and I love to laugh. So a lot of me being funny is really just saying stuff for my own amusement that people just happen to be amused by as well. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know how to just tell you how to become funny. You're claiming that you come off as boring or uninterested, but you just chill. If I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of dudes say that they're just chill, but you might be boring and uninteresting. Be real with yourself. I could be wrong, but be honest with yourself. Are you really just chill, or are you actually boring and uninteresting? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes lie to themselves. Like I'm just trying to keep it a book. You might actually be boring and uninteresting, which means you just have to add more to who you are, which I've talked about at length. How do you check a woman when she is disrespectful and won't do what you want her to do? So when she's being disrespectful, and this goes for checking anybody, I don't care if it's a woman, I don't care if it's a dude, your pops, your mama, if you feeling disrespected, you acknowledge the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So an example with me as that I could think of off top is I picked up this chick one time in my whip. Picked up this chick one time, and this chick, like we were having a real good time, and this was like deep into the meetup. This is a chick I already knew. We had been out a few times. We were like hours into whatever we were doing, and we were just driving around. I'm saying? I like driving around my city, so we was just driving around, chilling, listening to some music and whatnot. And I guess she got a little bit too comfortable and decided to lean her seat back and put her feet up on my dashboard. You know what I'm saying? Like how people do, they put their feet on the dashboard. Some people were cool with that. I'm not. I'm not cool with that. And I felt that was disrespectful because you putting my feet on my dashboard. That's like standing up on my couch with your shoes on. You feel me? Like I thought that was very disrespectful. So what did I do? I didn't yell at her. I didn't cuss at her. I didn't call her a bitch and a slut. You know what I'm saying? We stopped at a red light. I just looked at her. I said, "Get your feet off my dashboard." That's all I did. I said, "Get your feet off my dashboard." And she just did it. You know what I'm saying? That was one instance I could think of off top. Or if a chick is like on the sly saying wild things, maybe she trying to be passive aggressive and she low key throwing some slick comments in her speech, then if you want to address it, you address it. If you don't want to address it, you can say, "Hey, look, I'm not here for the petty conversation. We two adults. If you don't want to act like an adult and you want to act like a child, we could just talk later." You know what I'm saying? She's going to have no other option but to fall in line. Either hit you up later or fall in line in that moment. You feel me? It's all about being a man in those situations. You feel me? And if she ain't doing what you want to do and you've repeatedly asked her to do it, then that's just a sign that she really ain't feeling you like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a sign that you should maybe drop her to the curb. But we at 1 hour and 35 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down, man. Appreciate all the people who tuned in. Make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all dip out. You feel me? Hopefully y'all learned something. The name is Chris Fluhnoy. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.